I believe people should still watch porn. The stigma surrounding pornography is the foundational cultural belief system in this country.
You don't advise a teenager or under 13 or under 15 start watching porn.
People should not watch pornography and masturbate because it causes a whole lot of effects.
When one is indulging in masturbation, it's more of personal sexual pleasure because sex has to do with two people.
With the way the world is very digital nowadays, very hard for you not to come in contact with it. So I've seen it, and why I watched it was because it was very exciting. It was very exciting when I saw it, because as you grow up, you start to develop all these hormones. You start to develop sexual needs, sexual desires. So when I saw it, it was very intriguing and very exciting for me to see.
No, you cannot say nobody has come across porn in his daily life, and everybody is using phone. It's a digital world. We're staying in a digital world, so the use of phone via chat porn, even in most social medias. So I agree with him 100%.
Growing up in a family of 4, there's no space. We're always busy. From my mom's shop, we go to the market. I go to where I learn my fashion designing stuff, and there was no space. There was no space for you to breathe. Before you say you want to even do something, someone is here. They are calling you and all of that. So no, I say no.
Well, my first experience of, in fact, I didn't even know that word masturbate in the first place when I was a teenager. I didn't even know what it meant because I was just hearing it, masturbation. In fact, I think the first time I came across it, it was kind of, it was more of practical.
I mean, based on every research that is out there, masturbation is a good thing because for various reasons. One, because it helps to reduce your stress levels. It releases dopamine into your brain, which makes you feel very good. It helps you sleep better. Studies have even found out that people that masturbate right before they go to bed tend to have like a very good night's sleep, stress-free, and when they wake up, they have renewed energy, very active. So from looking at it away from morality, your lessons, your foundational teachings, it is a good thing.
Was it advisable? Can you just sit someone down and tell them that okay, you can masturbate, take it as an habit, you can do it?
It depends on certain factors. I'm not just going to sit anybody down and tell them, hey, you should masturbate right now. It depends on what the person is going through. The person is someone that has dealing with anxiety, dealing with a lot of stress.
But there are better ways to deal with anxiety than
The masturbation.
You can't say there are better ways. It is a way. It is a way to deal with it, and you're not hurting anybody. It's personal, and you get to find out. It gives you a form of sexual education on your own self, because you tend to see what you like, what you don't like, before you enter into a relationship.
Okay, so you believe it's healthy?
Yes, every research out there says it is healthy.
Okay, because based on research too, because another research also says it's not healthy too.
You would have to specify the unhealthiness of it.
Okay, good. Okay, based on research, okay, let me just start from this. The same effect of alcohol, the pleasure it gives. And now, based on research, it has also shown that it has the same masturbation has the same effect when it comes to pleasure. Has the same effect with alcohol. That's number one. So you can also just agree with me, that alcohol is it healthy? I'm also asking you now.
Okay,
it has the same effects.
Okay, you are comparing with alcohol, right?
Based on research.
Okay.
Based on research, it has the same effect. The pleasure has the same effect. It has the same pleasure alcohol gives, also the same pleasure based on the release on that pleasure.
But why are you using alcohol? Okay, let me say Coke now, for example. People get addicted to Coke.
That's right.
I say Coke is also harmful to the body, and we are
yes,
supposed to
at
take
some
it.
point it can be.
Yeah, there are some things with their negative parts and their positive parts. So you cannot say it's somehow bad. As you said, he listed the effect of it, and
let's say the research is actually in other countries, but these are countries, Nigeria.
Exactly.
We all know it's not
in your country.
Nobody's going to accept it. You can't come outside and say, okay, or maybe among your friends or any of your
in some countries it's very, very legalized. Like you can just come out and say something like this. is not against their law. But here in Nigeria, people will criticize you and say like, no, it's something bad. Your daughter is doing it, something like that is not right. But that doesn't mean it's not right in other countries. So we are trying to be specific here. We are trying to be global.
I think even pairing it up with alcohol is very wrong because alcohol destroys the body. Masturbation does not.
Okay, now, okay.
And if you take alcohol, you are very liable to hurt somebody else, whether you're driving on your actions. Masturbation is a very personal thing.
Okay.
Which has to do with you, yourself.
Okay. Me, I'm married now. For instance, now I'm married, so I have a lot of married friends. So we talk within our folks.
Yeah.
We talk about things, sexual needs, urges. Within our homes. We are guys. We talk about those kind of things. Now, I have most of them that have been in masturbation for over 30 years. They're masturbating, even while married. As I'm talking to you now, some of them have what they call erectile dysfunction. And it's also one of the negatives of masturbation, whether we like it or not. They have, in fact, it has been a major issue, just discussing it.
But no finding has supported that. No finding has supported that.
You can just research about it.
No finding I have read about it. No study has linked erectile dysfunction. It comes from the same urban myth that says that it causes testicular cancer. If you do it in Nigeria, so they say it might fall off. So some people say it might fall off. Yeah, that's what they say. But it's an urban myth. There has been no scientific proof to back that up.
For me, I'm just talking about the sexual part of it. Apart from that, now do you know that masturbation gives you some kind of fantasy, and apart from that, give you some kind of energy you will not need in marriage, because it just kind of generates some kind of sexual energies you wouldn't need. I'm just telling you what's happening within our family. These are discussions we discuss, and we just tell us these are things happening. In fact, some of them even prefer masturbating to their wives.
Think about it. Think of how we would have benefited from sexual education, like from when we were little. We know how to navigate through masturbation and pornography. Those people that stay addicted to it and they get problems with it when they are married is majorly because they don't know how to navigate those urges. They don't know how to separate reality from fantasy.
That's not the truth. You wouldn't know.
You could,
because
if you were taught about it.
Because you are releasing pleasure hormones. So there's no way you can. It's not possible.
You can't sit a 10-year-old young boy and just say he should watch this porn and tell him this is a form of sex education that you're liking him and all of that. No, that's not it.
The only way I would see it as maybe a tool for education is when you talk about the dangers of it.
If you're in a relationship, part of the main tenets of a relationship is communication. If you have a partner, you should be able to communicate with them about like all aspects of your life. Now, if you are with a partner and you're engaging in sexual activity with that partner, it helps you able to tell them what you like, what you dislike. It makes the experience for both of you very conducive, very comfortable.
How do I satisfy my sexual urges, right? When my partner is not around. I believe in self-discipline, self-control, and that's what every human being has. Yeah, I don't believe animals do have it, but that's what makes us superior.
Animals definitely have it.
They have it.
So that's why that I don't know, but I know that human beings we have, because we have self-control, because we have will. We have will. So because we have will, meaning that we can, we have the right to choose what we want to do and what we don't want to do, irrespective of the feelings that we have. You see, so we can actually decide, okay, I'm feeling this, so and of course there are many ways. You can even do that. You can play music. You can watch movie. You can take a walk.
How long will you continue to play?
It has happened.
Self-discipline is something you pick up, something you learn. Now we're talking about our base natural instincts, the way we are, morality aside, religion aside. When these urges come, how do you deal with them? You can't read a book.
You can direct your energy to something else. Like, yes, it's true, you can.
Okay. Now,
I believe everybody is
angry. For instance, why do you walk away? Have you seen couples when they are angry like this? Then the man will have to walk away. Why?
That's very different because
No,
because in anger, you can inflict harm on someone. Now we're talking about something that is just for you. It's just for your pleasure.
we're just saying, okay.
Something that takes 10 to 12 minutes and you're done.
Some people prefer just, touching of the, and some people prefer piercing. So I just think sex toys are okay.
Yes.
And also having a partner is also fine. There are sometimes you will not have that intimacy and that emotional. Sometimes you need that emotional sex or intimacy, and sex toys cannot give you that. So you just have to get a partner. But sometimes too, that's when we go to masturbating. Sex toys are also good.
Too much of everything is bad, whatever it is you're doing. So if you are masturbating in moderation and you talk to your partner about it, there's even something called mutual masturbation. She could join you. It could be a pleasurable experience for both of you. So I don't think you should totally withdraw from it.
Exactly, and it's also good for long distance relationship. There are always times you have that sex chat and something's supposed to be done.
Most people I've seen that are masturbating in a relationship, the relationships are always sided. They're not always like, the guy sees it more like, there's no much companionship in that relationship because of that.
Yes, that's true.
I've seen it. In fact, it's a key factor I've also experienced personally. There's no companionship. Why? Because there's continuous
No feelings.
masturbation.
There's nothing there. Just because you feel you can just satisfy yourself at any point in
Because
time.
sex
Because you
has to
don't
do with two
need
people.
your partner. You don't need anybody to be around.
There's what they call a reward circuit in the brain. That if you are doing a kind of pleasure for a certain time, what it does is that it just releases that kind of hormone that makes you want it more.
Okay.
You see, and that resistance level will now increase. And as it increases, you're wanting it more, and that's what leads to addiction.
Even teenagers nowadays, we used to know what they do.
Teenagers.
Yes.
Is it harmful to teenagers or not?
It's not harmful to
It's
them.
not harmful. So you can advise any teenager to engage.
I can advise a teenager of a proper age.
As an African parent, if I see my child watching porn, the first thing I'm going to do is to beat the child mercilessly.
Well, that's very archaic. That's what my father would have done in the 90s.
Do you believe that apart from porn now, most of the things your parents told you or just beat or maybe they spanked you for in future, do you believe that it later helped you in life?
I wouldn't say it helped me because as I was still growing up, I myself still had to navigate through.
That didn't help you.
But by then, they know they've done their part.
If the particular parent of that child or the son catch their daughter or son doing that stuff at that particular time, are they to blame the parents or they are to blame the children?
The children. Okay.
You say the children, it means
Exactly.
that how did the child come upon that?
That's thing. It was.
It must have been by his phone provided by the parents. Or it might be by a magazine also provided by the parents.
How many African parents are giving phones to their teenagers?
Many today.
They are doing it.
Many today. The point is, we are looking at.
Some phones even have parents.
The point is,
Parents
the
are-
foundational
they are going to
thinking
schools.
of masturbation is wrong. Our parents probably did it, or even definitely did it. We are going to do it. The generations after us are going to do it. Handling it the same way that they handled it, it's not going to work.
Being away from masturbation
No,
will not take your
I'm just
life.
asking a
It's
simple
not.
question.
It's not.
Not even
Like
doing
it's not
that
a threat
aspect,
to
because
life.
you've not answered me.
It has never been a threat to life, and it has never been said as a threat to life.
Exactly.
So it's just something that you used to.
It's a threat to life, actually.
How?
Now, it's a threat to life. When I mean threat to life, I don't mean being harmful. That's what I mean threat to
Okay.
life. Now, that aspect of being harmful, but it impedes on personal relationship a whole lot of time. And we've discussed, like you said,
In that same personal relationship, people also need it.
You know the idea behind pornography? Why are those people pushing? Okay, why are you watching pornography in the first place? What's the idea behind it?
To satisfy oneself when
An excitement.
An excitement, right? Okay, do you believe that those things they are doing, those porn and everything, they are real?
Even though they are not real,
I'm
the
asking.
people watching it and the people masturbate, people having sex.
I'm going somewhere.
They
This
are
one
actually
will-
real.
Yeah, they are real.
They are actually
They
real.
are real people with real insertions.
No, my opinion have not changed. I think what we're supposed to emphasize on was the age of people that's supposed to watch porn. You don't advise a teenager or under 13 or under 15 start watching porn. Yourself as an adult, if you catch someone between that age line watching that on YouTube, is so offensive. So that's when we intake sex education. So you educate children, teenagers, on the effect, either the negative or the positive. So I don't think it's a bad thing, but we just have to emphasize on the age of people doing it and how good it is to them. We also tell them the positive part and negative side, and the one that is more beneficial to them. And I think it's actually beneficial to a person instead of sleeping around.
My opinion has not changed, and I still believe that people should not watch porn. I just believe that, based on education and also based on science. Now, we all know that teenagers, now as they are growing, their hormones are still growing, especially their sexual hormones, and they are also at that stage yet to find their sexual identity. So we don't want them at that age to be watching something that's going to, release more than the actual amount of hormone that's supposed to be released in the body, more than that, which can actually lead to addiction. So the reason why we don't actually advise teenagers to watch porn. So then when it comes to adult too, now we don't also advise them to watch pornography because it impedes on their relationship. Yeah, it does a whole lot because I believe that relationship is more about companionship, also fellowship. Now, when one is indulging in masturbation, it's more of personal sexual pleasure because sex has to do with two people.
I believe people should still watch porn, and if anything from the debate today, I feel like it has really emboldened my case because it's clear to me now that the stigma surrounding pornography is the foundational cultural belief system in this country. So I believe that people should watch porn.
Yes, people should not watch pornography and masturbate because it causes a whole lot of effects. Mostly, and it starts with teenagers and all that. It's very, very bad, especially in this African country. Very, very bad. Pornography is a no-no.